My name's Denise Steele. I've lived in and around Chicago for 25 years. I have three boys who came to me, one through adoption and two through third party. In 2007, I learned that I would not be able to have my own biological children. There were three reasons for that. My egg quality was very poor, even at the age of 37.
Wow.
And I also suffered from Asherman's because
Mm-hmm.
we had gone through a couple losses, pretty significant. Our first was triploidy and didn't survive. And then I had a very traumatic miscarriage. As a result, I had Asherman syndrome. So I had to go through surgery to correct that. I had thrombophilia, which I never knew I had before. So
Yeah.
after experiencing those losses, we attempted IVF after I had the surgery to correct the Ashermans. And all three of the embryos that were created all had massive chromosomal abnormalities. And that confirmed that I would not be able to have my own biological children. So at that point, my former husband and I decided to pursue private domestic adoption and third-party fertility treatments. And both paths worked so well that we ended up having three baby boys in 1 year. We definitely hit the baby lottery. Our story was very interesting because we worked with an egg donor, a fresh egg donor, who only created one single egg from her retrieval, which is very rare. Normally, because of her age and some of the other information that we had, we thought that she would cycle and have a lot more eggs available to create embryos, and she did not. And so we had just brought home our newborn baby who was adopted domestically, and we just thought that it was going to be a failure. And this was when they still did 3-day transfers, and we got the call the next day that said, well, it fertilized, so come in, we'll do the transfer. And we really didn't even know what that meant because I wasn't in the industry at the time. So I just thought, okay, whatever, And so we went in not being very hopeful. And then on the first ultrasound, it was confirmed that we were pregnant with identical babies. Yeah. And interestingly enough, I'm an identical twin myself. So it was quite the shock. And frankly, I didn't really believe it. I thought that the doctor was pulling my leg and he was pointing to the two white dots. And I just said, one of those is an air bubble and it will not be here the next time I come in. He said, that is not an air bubble, Denise. And it wasn't, it was Trevor. So that is my story. And so for 4 days every year, they're all the same age. So we always celebrate their birthdays together and it's a lot of fun. And
I
we
bet.
feel very fortunate to be parents of 3 growing boys. Being somebody who has gone through losses, I'm sure that many people can relate to this, that it's a very precarious thing to go through third party because there are no assurances, there are no guarantees. And so it's very scary and it's daunting and it's risky because you don't know what the outcome is going to be. That makes that journey all that much more stressful and worrisome. So we feel very glad that we came out with healthy babies in the end. And that's one of the reasons that I moved over into this industry to try to help educate intended parents and the people that are working with them that are also making a huge commitment, the egg donors and the surrogates as well.